Dear fellow members, Assalamu alaikum and very good afternoon. It is indeed my pleasure to be here. Whenever I am in Islamabad, I really enjoy my trip. It's my fifth or sixth visit in any of the programs, whether the award ceremony for our students, for a few conferences like Icap conference in Lahore, which I attended lately earlier this year. And I'm delighted to note that NRC has conducted this CA professional development program for young people, and it is first of its kind in the history of the institute. So at the outset, I would like to say a lot of applause to the NRC. It's not an easy job. And the thing is that they have taken the lead in introducing that kind of a program for our fresh chartered accountants. I would like to thank our senior members who are part of it, imparting their personal and professional experience with you people in order to nurture your professional values, which are required to be successful in the years to come in your professional field wherever you are. And it's remarkable to note that you all people have spent the whole 3 days for this workshop with so much enthusiasm, which I'm very glad and happy to see that. It's never an easy job, particularly utilizing your Saturday and Sunday, which is a weekend. Normally people procrastinate, try to be relaxed, be with the family, but applause for you people as well. You preferred your professional grooming over your personal commitments. So I think professional development is an ongoing process. This is not the end of the life or the professional development for you. These sort of courses for grooming and developing your new skills, which are need of the time, need of the hour to remain in the profession. And this professional grooming is very dear to my heart and my senior members in the council as well. Because I feel whenever I talk to my people in my organization, EY Forwards, or the institute, wherever I meet the chartered accountants, I think we all are technically equal. The only edge between us is the professional experience. Somebody might having a long professional experience, so that's an edge for him. And the skills which we acquire during the life of our profession. So that's the two things which we distinguished between different chartered accountants. As far as accounting, auditing, all the technical skills, the law, the knowledge of the company law, taxation law, we all are equal, we all pass the same, the same exams, we all have the same curriculum to study that. I have seen the program which was sent to me a couple of days earlier, and I'm very happy to know that all the aspects which require professional development and grooming are ingrained in it, and I think you must have made the most of it during the last 3 days. Now, just to change the topic, whatever you were learning from last 3 days, I would like to take you to the few challenges the profession is facing in this current and recent times, for which we as an accountant, whether in the practice or in the industry, we really need to gear up for that. Now, I would first take you to our core principles of accountancy, which are ingrained in our code of ethics for professional accountants. This is the core of our profession and values which we have to uphold in any way. Despite whatever skills we will be developing, but we need to be keep in our mind what are the core principles and values of our, which are remain relevant for last 100 years or more than 200 years of the accountancy profession, and which are the objectivity, integrity, public trust, transparency, good governance. And you all young chartered accountants are the ambassadors of our profession. We people are here, tomorrow we will not be with you. Now you are the future torch bearers of this profession, and you have to uphold these principles. These should be in your mind, in your heart, whatever professional services you are doing, whether be in the industry or profession, in HR, in IT. ये कॉल आपको हर स्फेयर ऑफ योर प्रोफेशनल लाइफ में आपको लेनी पड़ेगी. जो काम भी आप करेंगे, you need to take care whether there is an integrity in that, transparency in that, confidentiality is there, good governance is there, और ये कॉल आपको लेनी पड़ेगी. Now it's the awakening time for all of us. Dear friends, the dynamics of our profession have been evolving with times. And each setback which we have received in the past 2 decades, whether be an Enron episode or the 2007 or 8 financial crisis or the scandal of Satyam, each stumble has given us more strength and gave us the food for thought. What should be the next? What further we need to do? And what improvements is required in our curriculum, in our practices, in order to protect the public interest and regain the stakeholders' confidence. Let me tell you, all the big 4 firms or big 10 firms are under tremendous pressures. I have met all the leaders at various forums, and in American terms, to do more, they have been called by the regulators of the accounting profession and other stakeholders to do more. Whatever we are doing is not sufficient to gain the public trust and confidence. So I met a couple of times with the President Icap, Mr. Fayad Chaudhary, and Ms. Rachel Grimes, Chief Executive Officer. Or maybe President is Rachel Grimes and Chief Executive Officer is Fayad Chaudhary. And attended various forums over there. So IFAC is under tremendous pressure. The regulators, the European Commissions, World Bank, IFIA, they all are after IFAC. They don't have at the moment trust on the organization setup or the way they are introducing new standards. Now this is a huge perception gap between the accounting fraternity and the regulators of the world. They feel that you people are, there is a perception, you people are, what's the name, I forget the name. Yeah, what's this company name? Abraj. So the profession, KPMG of course a huge firm, and all the big 4 firms are involved somehow or the other in some of the litigations, whether it be PwC or EY or Deloitte. KPMG is not my target point. But the point I would like to make it that all these big 4 firms are under tremendous pressure and under litigation by various corporate failures. But let me tell you, at this stage, our dilemma is, my mentor, past President Icap, Mr. Ibrahim Siddharth, always used to say me, look Riaz, we have to be vigilant in all our audits and whatever professional services we render. Because you see, when daily you see the thousands and lakhs, the flights took off and land. Do you heard any news that every day कि जी इतने लाख प्लेन आज उड़े, अच्छी तरह से उड़े और प्रॉपर्ली लैंड कर गए? कभी ये न्यूज़ नहीं है. न्यूज़ उसी की आती है जो प्लेन क्रैश हो. So this is like that. There are hundreds and thousands of audits are being done by these big 4 firms or 10 firms or the profession as a whole. लाखों में करोड़ों में वो तादाद होगी, लेकिन न्यूज़ उसी की आती है, स्कैंडल उसी का बनता है जो वहाँ पर फेल्योर होता है. So we all are human beings. People make mistakes. There may be judgmental mistakes because our profession requires a lot of judgment in many areas. It's not tick based or rule based. So we have to be very careful. One of the things I would like to advise you, whether it be in the profession or industry, अपनी आदत डालें to say no. To say no to all unethical practices, all the transactions which are not transparent, उसकी आदत हमें डालनी पड़ेगी. We need to shape up. It's not the case. हमें अपना faith और अपना belief अपने अल्लाह पे रखना होगा कि He is our रज़ाक, रिस्क उसके हाथ में है. हमें अपने कोर एथिक्स और वैल्यूज जो प्रोफेशन की हैं उसको सामने रखते हुए अगर हम इंडस्ट्री में हैं या प्रोफेशन में हैं, हमें ये कॉल लेनी होगी, यहाँ पर घंटी बजानी पड़ेगी कि whether whatever I am doing in whatever capacity is right, is unethically right or not. So we should not be seen to be part of any activity or transaction or any attesting any accounts or advising on any tax matter which is a grey line area, whether this is a tax avoidance or tax evasion. It's a very fine line. So in all sphere of our professional life, we have to take up. Now this is the right time to wake up, because the laws globally and locally are now coming. You must have heard the NOCLAR, which is the non-compliance of the laws and regulations. You must have heard the law anti-money laundering, assistance in counter-terror financing. So all these laws are equally applicable to our profession as well. And just a couple of days ago, you must have received a detailed guideline on anti-money laundering from the Institute for your guidance, how to act when you are aware of all these sort of activities in your business, in your company, or whether you are in the profession. So these are uphill tasks on our shoulders which we have to tackle. Now as the technology and regulatory landscape is evolving, and with the advent of the information technology in the shape of blockchain technology, data analytics, big data, artificial intelligence, these are all impacting the profession. So we are living in a transformative age, and this is not in regard to the IT field, but the accounting field as well. When I joined the profession 32 years back, there were accounting standards. There were few accounting standards 8 to 12, and all accounting standards of a size of 4, 5, or 6 pages maybe at that time. Now you look at the volume of the International Financial Reporting Standards. It must be 100 times since then. So a lot of complexities are involved in the accounting transactions, for which we have to be geared up. We need to be mastering that. Nobody thought of the service concession arrangements at that time. Nobody knows the actuarial valuation at that time. Nobody think of the public-private partnership projects, and nobody think of the provision for losses based on the future estimates, not based on the historical trend. This is no more an age of the aging analysis. So I think it is in this context we need to see the development of new standards of lease accounting, insurance contracts, financial instruments, revenue recognition, and provision for loan losses under the recently issued IFRS. So this is definitely an era of disruption, not only in the IT field, but for the accounting and auditing profession as well, and we need to really gear up for that. Every profession has to live with this change, and only those professions will survive who are able accept this challenge and be ready to develop their skills. And there is no point, okay, I'm just fearing you for what I have all the confidence and belief in our fraternity and you people that Pakistani CAs will not fail anywhere. The direction has to be right. Accounting profession will not die out, and I am confident that the next decade will be of the accountants, provided we develop new skills in the supply chain, HR and the IT field, and we should develop our skills in the field of the technological changes which are happening around us. My dear friends, we have great hopes from you, and in my view, accounting professional is extremely rewarding and lucrative still. And whenever I go to see and in our overseas members at the various forums of their chapters, whether it be Canada, US, UK, Australia, the whole of Middle East, I have been there. I had attended their programs and had a meet the president session with them. And I'm very glad to tell you that they are doing wonders over there. The feedback we are receiving about our accountants who are working in the industry and profession, and through my organization where I send our people abroad. I think we are, from our firm, we are sending 200 to 250 people every year to the whole of Middle East, UK, US and Canada for working in EY abroad. And I'm sure KPMG, PwC, they are also sending their people abroad, and GT maybe, and BDO as well. And the feedback we are receiving, our accountants, because the strong foundation the institute has laid down in you is enough. It's just a matter of time that you pick up their traits over there, their cultural things over there, and their environment. But as a technical competent people, you are doing, all our accountants are doing wonders over there. They are having prominent accountants over there. They are having industry leaders position over there. And as per my feedback, they are far superior than the Indian, Sri Lankan, Bangladeshi and Filipinos chartered accountants over there. Now the question is whether we should be, our destiny is to become a business leader and become the CEO of the company. So dear friends, as I said earlier, you are the future torch bearers of the profession, and there hence it's a great responsibility on your shoulder. The challenges of today are really different from whatever it was in the past, and the expectation from the marketplace is increasing day by day, and the business environment is dynamic. Nevertheless, I am confident that the strong foundation the Institute has laid in you will provide a perfect trajectory to your flight to succeed in your professional career. So in this context, the role of chartered accountants are increasingly more and more, and there are endless possibilities, and for that you need to open for challenge, adaptable to this era of digital disruption, and determined to succeed in life. You will be leading the profession and take this profession and the institute to the greater heights. I am confident, and I have all the faith and believe in you. And wherever you will be in future, your institute will stand behind you as a steadfast partner. My last advice to you is to participate in the activities of the institute, attend all these sort of conferences and workshops, CPD programs, participate in the various committees of the institute, because the institute is being run and governed by technically by most of the committees. Wherever you have your interest, please apply over there and give back to the society and the institute from which you belong. You must participate in the.
Okay. हमारा अभी आ जाए. आगे आगे नेक्स्ट बैच रेडी करें.
आप आगे आ जाओ.
I can make the next batch ready.
पीछे आप